Okay guys, so this is the screen you see when you upload a video on YouTube. So right now it's processing done, and now you wait for the picture to appear up here, and for these things down here, I call them the circle of doom, to finish, and then we're away. So it is 18:03 on the 3rd of the 11th 2018. I'm going to go over here now without switching the camera off, put the camera on the bench, and there we go. This is my Meng Whippet. Okay, unstarted, nothing done on it at all. As you can see, all the tracks are still there, everything's still there, untouched. Okay, there's the hole. So, well, I did put those two track links together earlier, didn't I, in my review? So, yeah. So, I've got the box here on the side, I've got a fresh, nice blade in my knife, I've got my tweezers there, and my plastic weld glue, which I was talking about earlier. And I'm going to give this kit a go. So let's see how far I get today. I'm going to try and finish this before I go to bed tonight. Right, so now it's 18:27, not the year, the time. It's 27 minutes past 6 on November the 3rd, 2018. And I've done step one. You can see you've got this this rear panel going on here, and then there's an angle on the top of it and two pieces of, I don't know, mudguard supports or something. And then, so that's step one done. And then we've got this piece here. It's really weird. You've got this panel here, piece A9, and you can see, I'm not going to bend it about too much, but yeah, it's you actually bend it into shape. It starts off flat and you bend it, and you add these little pivot pieces inside that the machine guns are going to ball on. So that's step two there, with the two panels on the side. That's that done. Right, step three is done now. That's basically the main part of the I guess the driver's compartment and gun emplacements done. So that's that. I've just taped the sides together. I don't want to actually glue these side panels in place yet until I actually fit this, because this is all made up of different panels, and you've got these angled faces and tabs and stuff. So, you know, if you are building this kit, take a bit of care to get your alignment right, and don't be too tempted to glue everything to start with until it's all aligned. And then step four is here. We've got the option of having this plate over the sight. So option A is the Firefly tank, and option B is the one at Bobbington. Oh God, what's its name? Caesar 2. So yeah, that's the one I'm modelling, Caesar 2. So I think. So there we have it. So that's step four done, with the pivot put in behind, and then these three separate pieces of armour plating glued onto this base piece here. Right, so we got to step 5, and I'm really unable to continue because I'm having to use tape to hold all this together and let the glue dry off, and obviously I can't be putting glue on while there's tape on there, because little tip for beginners, don't ever put glue on with tape on, because what will happen is the glue will come through the joint and then completely under the tape, and then you'll end up with a big glue mark under the tape. Same for rubber bands. If you must use tape on a glued joint, then you need to glue it, hold it together, glue it, don't let it pull apart, and put the tape on. What I generally do is put the tape on one half, hold it together, glue it, and then wrap the tape over. If you let it come apart and then push it back, you'll get all the plastic oozing out, which with these sort of joints you don't want, because these are basically just plates bolted, riveted, I'm not sure if they're bolts or rivets, probably rivets, to a frame. So you can see the edge of the plates here, which is correct. Sorry, I haven't got the light in the right place, have I? But you can see the edge of the plate here, which is correct. And that's basically what you've got. You've got a piece of angled steel on the background, and then two bits of steel riveted to the top of it. So you don't really want glue oozing out of those joints. So yeah, I've got to leave step 5 there. I noticed in step 6 we got some more bending to do here, but also we've got the 4 Hotchkiss machine guns going into their swivels. So I've done that. I've cleaned up the barrels, and I've also it's from here. I've also drilled the barrels. I don't know if you could get that there in the light. Drilled the end of the barrels, so there you can see all 4 of them. So yeah, they're not drilled at all in the kit. So yeah, they look much better when they're drilled. So I guess I could go on and do this. I could put the floor onto the tub, but I really don't want to do that in case I want to get up in here when it comes to fitting this on here, because it's going to be quite a substantial job getting that together. So it's a lovely kit though. It does go together really nice. This is a bit trying, and I think for a beginner they may struggle a little bit. There are some little gaps here, like you can see here on that corner. I think I'm gonna just go around the inside of it with some Mr. Surfacer or something, or something like that, just to, because I don't want to lose that sort of bolted on panel look, but I also don't want to have gaps you can see daylight through. So yeah, I guess I could get on and do this, I suppose. Right, well, I done built the fuel tank. Can't put these little side pieces on yet because obviously the tape's in the way, so the tape's holding all together while the glue sets. Done a bit of work on the exhausts, cleaned up all the seams and opened up the ends, as you can see there. So they're looking a lot better now than having just a blocked off blank end. So I think that's about as much as I can do on the hull at the moment. So yeah, check back in a minute. Right, still Saturday, 11:15 now. You can hear Smooth's Model Workshop going on in the background. Everything's all drying now. I'm gonna leave this till tomorrow because I want the glue to go really hard on that. I don't want to start cracking any joints. So I've cleaned all the wheels up. There's one side, and there's the other. So all the wheels are assembled and cleaned up now. That's one of the most laborious parts of any tank done. I've also cleaned up I've just had some crisps so my fingers are greasy. I've just cleaned up the side sponsons, so they're ready to put the wheels on. And I'm just deciding what to do as far as paint's concerned. I think what I'll do is put the wheels on, spray them, then let them dry, take them off, turn them over, spray them all again and spray everything, because my worry is I don't want, when you put the tracks on, you're not going to really see the wheels, but I don't want to be able to see this tan and plastic sticking out. So so yeah, there we go. I think that'll be it now till tomorrow. So much for me getting this kit finished before I go to bed, but I don't think it's going to happen. So I'll see you all tomorrow, but it's going to be sort of I don't know, 10, 11 hours for me, and probably about 12 seconds for you. I'll see you soon. Hello guys, welcome back. Right, it's Sunday morning now, so like I said in my last video, a couple of seconds have gone, but it's been about, what, 10 hours. It's 9:54, Sunday 4th of November. So I went on last night and put all the wheels together, as you can see over here, built the sprockets with the chains and put together the idlers, removed the side pieces from the sprues, and as you can see now I've put the wheels on, just popped them onto the spindles, painted them, let that dry, turn them over, and then paint the other side. A lot of people don't bother with this, a lot of people say it's pointless. I'd rather take this extra bit of time now rather than find that after it's all done and weathered, you sort of look at the side of the tank and you see a piece of bright tan shiny plastic looking at you. So yeah, it's for me it's worth it. You know, you never know, you could be looking like this and one of the track pads just falls off to one side and there it is, boom, you know, this tan plastic. So yeah, worth doing in my opinion. And also the other thing to do for the beginners out there, it's always worth looking at stuff like this. For example, this part here goes inside. I'll get the right one. Yeah, this part here goes inside. So this is the outside of the tank here now. Yeah, the tracks go here. You can imagine that when that's on, getting the paint down in those areas in there would be extremely difficult. And also when those small return rollers on the top are on, getting the paint behind them. So it's always worth thinking ahead, and I've here you can actually get in on the angles and get the paint in there and get to the bottom of the grooves, and then paint these areas here where the idlers are going to be, so the return roller, sorry. So yes, I've done that. I've used Tamiya XF61, which is dark green. I think the olive drab looks a bit too green, but what I think I'll do is paint the whole thing with this dark green colour and then modulate it with the olive green, you know, with sort of 90% thinners. So the top of it will be like this olive green sheen over the dark green, and the sides will be the dark green colour. But as we can see with the Mark IV tank, the colours you start with don't really matter once you start lathering a load of crap all over it. Track links I've clipped off one sprue, cleaned them up, put some together. They're not very strong. They come apart really easily. Don't want to pull them because when they do come apart, it breaks the pins. So yeah, not to be. There's just one there started coming apart already. Look, you see, they just pop. They just don't really locate very well at all. The tracks from Takom, as much as they're a complete and utter nightmare to build, they're much stronger, and probably more accurate in their movement rather than these that don't seem to want to bend as readily as these do. So yeah, but you can't interchange them because they're different. One of them's out of scale, one of them's wrong. The spacing on the back, the spacing here is different. So yeah, so that's where we are. Sprockets are painted up and everything. Idler's done the same, as you can see there. This could have its tape come off now and get some work done on the gaps. Yeah, it's got a few gaps in it where you can see daylight through. So yeah, I need to sort that out. Dun dun dun! Burp, burp, burp. Stop press already! What do we have here? Oh my God! We have one part in each track. That means we have one link left to make. It's the last link of the Mark IV tank. Oh my God. Oh my God. 184 links. 5 parts per link. 2 sprue nibs to remove per part. Oh my God, it's finally over. It's finally finished. It's it. We're finally putting the last parts together. I don't believe this. It's time for a party. Oh my God, this feels so good. And he's placing the last parts in the jig now. And he's going to make these parts mean something. They're going to be the best feeling parts of all. They're going to be the best. Oh my God, the last bit of glue's going on to the last track pad. Oh my God. Oh, this feels so good. And the last time the track pad goes in the jig and we grab the piece of plastic and we squeeze it down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That feels good. Right, we're almost there. Got the 2 sponsons done. The main hull is now all glued together and those gaps are all sorted and everything. A couple of rubber bands just to keep this seam all tight. Fuel tank cover's done with the little extensions on it, so that's all there. Plate added to the floor, A5 there, bit of extra detail underneath, which is nice. So once this has gone off and the rubber bands are off, we've got some handle there and a hatch to add to the top. Then I'm going to have to add these guns. I'm not sure about putting this on yet because I think these might get snapped off. Got some little handles to go on there. Exhaust to go on there already and drawed out as we saw before. As I say, sponsons are all built. I've got to put the track adjusters on yet. And then there's a couple of hooks. Handle across the back or a rod of some sort across the back. And that's pretty much it. The tracks are done. Here they are. Quite nice. So yeah, I've had these track spuds and a few tools and bits and pieces on here, which I always do before painting anyway. Cable, I don't know what I'll do. I might leave that off. We'll see. We'll see what it's like. So yeah, nearly there. See you back in a minute. Probably be done. Just a little tip I've learnt completely by accident with this kit. They tell you back in about step 5 to glue the floor into the bottom of the hull. I didn't, because I wanted to be able to get inside here and work on the actual driver's compartment if I needed to. Well, I'm glad I did, because leaving the floor out enables you to clamp the sponsons on like so. So you know, making sure that it's all held square and solid and everything. If that floor was in the way, you wouldn't be able to do it. So one worth remembering. And you can slide the floor in afterwards through the front. So just a little tip if you're building this kit. And there we go, as if by magic. All done. Every single plastic part glued on. Even the tiny little hooks around the outside. They're on. Got the handles on here. All the spuds. So yeah, next thing now is going to be a coat of primer, or just that dark green, and then a clean up, and then we're away. And yeah, that's that. Tracks are done. They were a doddle. They clip together. Not as positive as the Tacom tracks for clipping together and staying together, but nonetheless, you know, I did these probably an hour and a half with trimming them and clipping them and everything, clipping them and trimming them and everything. You know, the Tacom tracks have been 3 weeks, I think. So and as you saw by my excitement of doing the last one, in fact, here we go, just to finish off. Here is the last one. This is my post. I put the jig on like that, and then press, and out pops the finished track. And there we go, the last one. Yay! Right, so that's that over with. I've enjoyed this little build. It's been a lot of fun. A couple of things I would have done differently, but you know, never mind. But yeah, many wheels. So glad I took the time to paint these wheels in here, because as you can see, you know, they're so visible. You know, if I hadn't have painted them, it would make such a difference to the look of the tank. Not. It's a waste of time. So unless you pick it up and go like this, you're not going to see those wheels. All the machine guns are in, they all still move. So yeah, less chance of them getting broken if they get knocked. Exhausts are on, as you can see. Remember I showed you the exhaust drilled out. So yeah, a closer look. There we go. So it's like a sports car tank really, isn't it? It's got the wrong way. It's got like the driver sits in here and he's got a big long bonnet with his 2 great big thundering engines out in front of him. You know, you can just see it's with a wheelie and blasting off down with its nose up in the air. Anyway, so thanks for watching that. If you've enjoyed this little build, then please subscribe, because there's going to be lots more of them. I quite fancy doing an A7V as well. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that one. And the Mark IV will be getting finished this week, as will this one, hopefully. So hopefully going to make it up to Telford next weekend. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say, the time is now 15:21. So I think that's around about 24 hours with having tea, watching the Smooth workshop, and having a night's sleep and doing the washing and ironing. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. I was hoping to get it done in a day, but so, well, 24 hours is a day, I suppose, isn't it? So yeah, built in a day. Right, so yeah, if you like what you've seen, please subscribe. There's going to be lots more like this, and there's lots more like this already on the channel as well, so have a good look. So I'll speak to you all soon, and thanks for watching. Bye.